Welcome in. It's time for another Soccer Down Here 1v1. I'm Jason Longshore, and I had a chance to catch up this week with new Atlanta United midfielder slash forward slash jack of all trades from time to time, Nick Firmino. Firmino had a great start to the 2024 preseason with a goal in his first match in Birmingham against Birmingham Legion. It was the second goal in a 2-1 win for the Five Stripes. As you guys know who have listened to Soccer Down Here over the years, Nick Firmino has been here in Atlanta for quite a while. He had a best 11 season with Atlanta United 2 and MLS Next Pro last season. And I started off our conversation just asking Nick to reflect on the journey that he's had here in Atlanta, playing multiple positions with Atlanta United 2, getting that taste with the first team last preseason, and then again in the match against New York City in the middle of last season. I asked Nick to just look back at how his journey has started here in Atlanta. Here's my conversation with Nick Firmino.
It's been a crazy journey, and it makes you appreciate it more, every session, every day, every game, and just seeing what you've accomplished to get where you're at. But also it's a little dangerous to, sometimes get comfortable and look back and say, oh, I accomplished this goal. But, there's many more things I want to do. And I know I need to prove myself in MLS. That's a big goal for me. So it's fun and nice to look back on it. But, I'm fully focused on this season, this preseason, and making an impact this year.
That first year with Atlanta United 2, where you played a lot deeper in the midfield than I was expecting, that I was accustomed to. I'm sure it was a new experience for you. What did you learn during that time that helps you today?
Just playing any different positions you play, helps you support your teammates more, because I know as an attacking midfielder now what ideal position I need to be in for the 6 or the 8 to find me playing there. It's hard work defensively as well, so how can I press to make their job easier? And it just makes you a smarter player overall. And I still can play all those positions to help the team. So I just think it helped me grow as a player for sure.
You think back to those times, was there any piece of advice that you got from the coaching staff with the twos that kind of stuck with you?
It's a good question. I would say to be more patient on the ball, especially in build-up. When you're deep like that, we were a team that wanted to play out of everything. And just because we want to play out of everything doesn't mean everything has to be quick all the time. Sometimes you stand on it to attract pressure. And, it's one of Gonzo's principles as well, is attract pressure so we can go to the other side. And we want to invite the press so that we can break through it. Sometimes if you play a pass too early, you put the next guy in a bad situation. So definitely be patient on the ball.
Yeah, that's something that watching the session today was a big part of it was, don't be afraid to let that defender get up on top of you and have the pass around.
Yes, yeah. And we're a team, like I said, we want to play out of everything. We want to play, beautiful football. But it takes bravery, that takes patience, takes good understanding of timing, angles, and where to play guys, what foot to play guys in. And, I feel like these first couple weeks have been getting better every time, and when we get to the first game, I'm pretty sure we'll be flowing.
How has the group kind of coming together in your mind so far in preseason?
Great, the chemistry's been great. All the new guys have integrated well, and like I said, we're taking it day by day. We've only had one game, and 30 minutes. Everyone has 30 minutes under their belt, which is a good start. But I'm looking forward to the game this week and the trip to Florida.
I think what stood out to me on Saturday in Birmingham was, the first 30, both teams starting even, both teams starting from scratch. It was a little jagged, maybe the first 10 minutes or so, but then you guys really stuck to the principles, and that patience showed a lot that you mentioned. It allowed y'all to get settled, and you get the 2 goals late in your 30-minute shift. How would you rate it?
It was to be expected, in the first 5-10 minutes to be a little sloppy. We haven't played in an official game against actual competition, so but the principles we've been working on, building with 3, and how different teams press us in different ways. I feel like towards the last 10-15 minutes of that half, we really started to find a little groove, got some goals like you said, and it was a good start, but we definitely look to build on it.
How much are you enjoying that 10 role that You know, a lot of people are going to compare the tens to, you know, the stars, a Messi, a Thiago here. You interpret it differently. How much do you enjoy playing that position?
It's great, you know, especially in a team that plays the way we play. We want to play through the middle. We want to overload and create numbers and lots of short little passes and create a lot of chances at goal. So for me, just in that free role, looking to combine, looking to take players on when I can, and get shots on goal, get the ball wide, and make runs in the box is ideal for me.
Pairing up with Yorgos in front of you in that situation, what does he bring to the table for a 10 trying to play off of him and with him?
Everything, really, everything you want in a 9. He can hold the ball very well. I got a big frame, runs in behind. He's making them 10, 12 times before he even gets it. And then obviously a target in the box, we know he has goals in him. So, you know, to play with a striker like that is a 10's dream, really.
The other thing that jumped out to me from you guys, and specifically the two of you, Yorgos and you in that game, was leading the press and the defensive side of the role. Now, it's easy to focus on what you do with the ball, but how important and how much are you picking up of that pressing style?
Yeah, you know, Gonzo always says the 9's the first defender. You know, we want to be a team that presses high so we can win the ball and score goals. And, you know, it starts with me and Yaku, and just knowing when we go, if he's in a bad position, if I stay or not, you know, and we'll get a better understanding of that as the games go on. But I thought it was a good start against Birmingham.
Birmingham, you know, a veteran team, lots of veterans in that team. They've been around for a little bit. What did they do that was difficult for you guys?
I would say the intensity they played with. You know, we knew they were going to come out and try to, you know, prove a point that, you know, they can play at this level, and they have good players, like you said. And, you know, we knew that if we matched their intensity, the quality would shine through. And I feel like we did that after the first, you know, 5-10 minutes.
Kind of expecting the same intensity against a team like Memphis on Saturday?
For sure, especially, you know, with them beating us in the Open Cup last year. You know, that's a team we definitely want to be.
That's something that I think a lot of people, when we talk about preseason, you know, it's easy to discount results and not worry about that side of it. But Gonzalo said it, everybody has said it, like, results matter for you guys in preseason, right?
Definitely. Preseason is to obviously get your fitness up and implement the principles that we have, but, you know, winning is the ultimate goal. So he said it before the Birmingham game that, yes, we want to play well, yes, we want to build out the back, but, you know, we want to come out of here with a win. And I feel like that was important for the team's confidence and the swagger, and we're going to try to keep it going in these next games. With
Memphis, you mentioned the Open Cup. Does that add a little extra spice?
Yeah, I think it definitely does, which is good, you know. I think it'll bring out the best in both teams.
So kind of getting into that result side of it, you know, you were in the first 30, second group, it's 2-1. You know, did you get a chance to see the academy guys play in that last 30 much, and what did you take out of it?
I didn't see the second group. We had a gym, we had a lift inside, and but I did see the last 15 minutes, I think, of those kids, and they showed a lot of promise, you know, and they showed it in training as well. You know, guys trying to fight for their spot and show that they belong, and, you know, it was great to see.
That's something you've had a chance to see during your time with the twos, with guys coming up, and now, you know, with this group right now, there's a lot of young players coming up. Have you seen the academy grow during your time here in Atlanta, and how would you rate it?
Definitely, I think, you know, Atlanta has a great academy, a great academy system as well. Not only the players, but the coaches, you know, trying to get players to improve and putting them in positions that, you know, will make them better in the future. And yeah, this is gonna be my third year here. So yeah, so I've seen a lot of guys come through, train with the twos, train with the first team, and, you know, they show a lot of promise.
When those guys get the opportunity, whether it's a first training session or they come into the locker room, you get a chance to interact, what's the advice that you pass on to them?
Just work as hard as possible every day. You know, your quality will shine through, but first you have to show that you're able to compete at this level day in and day out, and, you know, that'll take you further than anything.
Are you somebody who goes into a year and sets individual goals?
Yes and no. I don't put any numbers on things and a certain amount of games, goals, and assists. I feel like those things come naturally. But a goal I set is, try to be the best player I can be in every session and every game, and whenever I'm given opportunity to show what I can do to make an impact.
And what about the team side of it? When you look at the big picture, and this is a year where the way Atlanta United finished, there's big expectations coming into 24. What are those goals for you guys as a group?
We know we ended the season hot last year, and with a lot of new signings, and we're integrating those pieces well. We want to win. The main goal is to win every trophy that we're competing for. But we know we have to take that day by day and game by game, and the sessions that we're having now is setting the tone for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it really feels like building blocks now. Like it's different layers you're adding onto that foundation. It's early, but how do you think the group is kind of taking on that game model that Gonzalo wants to play with?
Very well. Guys are willing to be coached, willing to hear different perspectives, and because it isn't so black and white in the games. You can drop tactics any way you want, but in the game it could be a completely different scenario. So I feel like guys are taking it well, and I feel like we're improving, especially today. We did a lot of build out the back stuff. Last week we did it, but I feel like this week was way better than last week.
And I know you've worked with it before, but Gonzalo, his staff, when you describe like the way that they work, how would you explain the way that they work together?
The way they work together, I would say they pay extreme close attention to details. They're very picky with how they want to do certain things, which is for the betterment of the team, and try to help you as much as possible in different positions, and I feel like that'll help us in the long run.
Something that's always stuck with me, and Gonzalo said it to us when we've chatted, and I've heard it echoed a good bit, is he is really comfortable with you guys making mistakes here, and as long as it matches the way that you're supposed to play. How important is that as a player to have that freedom to express yourself?
It's huge. You never want to be playing thinking in the back of your head, I don't want to mess up, because it happens. People lose the ball. People misplace passes. And like you said, having that confidence from the coach, and knowing that if I lose it, the only thing that matters is my reaction. Can I press? Can I go get it back? It gives the team and the players confidence, for sure.
Last one. What message would you give to the 17s out there listening?
I would tell them to just keep supporting us. I think we need them more than they know, and we're hoping to have a strong season, like you said, high expectations. But we need them for every game, even away games, and we're gonna try to make them proud for sure.
Always great to catch up with Nick Firmino. Just such a great story of perseverance in Atlanta United as a club as a whole. Shows the value of Atlanta United too, and we'll have those matches for you here on the SDH network this season. Shows what you can achieve if you bet on yourself, and Nick bet on himself when he came to Atlanta a couple years ago. 2 really good seasons last season, incredible with the twos, and now scoring goals in preseason for the first team, and I think he's going to play a very interesting role with the first team in 2024 and beyond. More 1v1s coming throughout the preseason, trying to help you out there get to know these guys ahead of the Atlanta United and the Atlanta United 2 campaigns in 2024. Thanks for listening to another SDH 1v1. I'm Jason Longshore. More to come throughout the preseason in February.